Good evening and welcome to a 30-minute restorative yoga for bedtime practice. Let us begin in a comfortable seat, maybe sitting up on a pillow. Restorative yoga is a gentle yoga practice that is all about slowing down, settling in, and opening your body through passive stretching. Oftentimes, in a restorative class, yoga props such as blocks, pillows, and blankets are used for support, which helps the body and mind to consciously relax, allowing the poses to be held for longer, almost effortlessly. From your comfortable seat, bring one hand to your belly and the other to your heart. Soften your gaze or close your eyes, and then breathe. Taking a full inhale through your nose and open mouth exhale, sigh it out. Again, in through the nose and sigh it out. Let's get started with some seated cat-cows to warm up the spine. As you inhale, shine your heart forward, looking up. And as you exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, look up, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. As you exhale, round, bringing your chin in towards your chest. A few more times, inhaling and exhaling to round. And when you're ready, find some stillness in your seat and take a moment to set an intention for tonight's practice. Maybe you want to welcome gratitude. Maybe your intention might be to be compassionate with yourself. Maybe your intention is to surrender and truly let go during this practice. In restorative yoga, we tend to hold fewer poses for at least 5 minutes each. So we'll start here with the beginner pose, and you can choose to use props or no props. So coming into all fours, we'll prepare for Balasana or Child's Pose. So maybe you place a blanket underneath your knees for more comfort and have a pillow close by. Allow your knees to come out as wide as your mat or as wide as is comfortable. And then sit your hips back towards your heels and allow your chest, forearms, and forehead to melt into the mat, into child's pose. Noticing any areas of discomfort or anything that you could use to support this practice. So maybe you bring a bolster or a pillow between your legs to support your upper body as you fold forward. You could also rest your head on a pillow or a block if that feels good, or turn your head to one side. Maybe you bring a pillow on top of your heels. Make any adjustments that you need to feel comfortable, and then bring your attention to your breath. Noticing your low belly, noticing the sides, feeling your belly expand with each inhale and contract as you let it all out. If you notice your mind wandering, compassionately acknowledge those thoughts and return to your breath. If you had your head turned to one side, go ahead and turn it to the other side at this time. Bringing your awareness again to your low belly. Maybe start to wiggle your fingers. Maybe rolling your forehead side to side. Taking gentle movements to come out of this pose. And we'll prepare for legs up the wall. So, to get into the legs up the wall pose, I invite you to sit on your heels in front of the wall, right next to the spot where you'll have your legs on the wall. Fold forward so that your forehead reaches towards your knees. Roll over to the right and extend your legs up the wall. You may find that having a blanket under your low back is helpful. Maybe play around with the position of your legs here until you find one that feels comfortable. So maybe your feet are farther than shoulder width distance apart. Maybe they're closer together. Maybe you bend your knees or even bring the soles of your feet together. And when you find that comfortable place, come back to your intention and back to your breath. Gently noticing and releasing any thoughts that come up, allowing them to pass, coming back to the present moment. Bringing your awareness to the ground underneath you and your breath. Gently wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. If your legs are extended, maybe you bend your knees here, bringing the soles of your feet to the wall. Well, inhale to reach both hands up overhead, and exhale, hug your knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around your knees. Go ahead and roll over to one side, coming back to your original seat, and then slowly make your way back to the mat. So the next pose will be Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined bound angle pose, also called reclined goddess. We'll begin seated on the mat with your knees bent and the soles of your feet on the mat. And as you exhale, allow both knees to fall over to the right slightly. We'll inhale up through center. Exhale, allow both knees to float over to the left. Inhaling up through center, we'll bring yoga blocks to either side of the mat, yoga blocks or 2 pillows, and then make your way to lying down. So with both soles of your feet on the mat, knees bent, allow your feet to come together. So the soles of your feet will come together. The knees rest open to either side, resting on yoga blocks or pillows. So we'll inhale deeply, placing both hands on your lower belly or your hip crease. And as you exhale, make space for your back and allow your shoulders to really ground into the mat. Making any adjustments to get comfortable in your reclined bound angle. We'll begin to focus on the breath. Fill up completely with air and then slowly letting it go. Just following your breath here. To come out of this pose, we'll hug both knees into our chest, rocking gently, and then we'll extend that right leg long, and then the left. Keeping the right leg extended, we'll hug our left knee in close to the chest. Using your right hand, bring that left knee over to the right side, coming into a supine spinal twist. Option to rest that left knee on a yoga block. extending that left hand out to the left side, making any adjustments to feel comfortable in this pose. We'll ground into that left shoulder and right shoulder and just breathe. We'll untwist, hugging both knees into your chest, maybe rocking side to side. And then we'll extend the left leg long. And using your left hand, that right knee will float over to the left side, resting on a yoga block, a pillow, or even the floor. And breathe into the pose, allowing that right shoulder to come back down to the mat. And if you find your mind wandering here, again, just compassionately letting those thoughts go, being a witness to your experience, coming back to your breath. To come out of this pose, we'll inhale to hug both knees in towards our chest. Exhale, feet reach up toward the ceiling, coming into happy baby, maybe rocking side to side. And we'll exhale, both feet come back down to your mat, extending both legs out long. We'll come into our final pose of the class, Savasana, or corpse pose. And you're welcome to use any props to support your relaxation in Savasana. You're also welcome to just lay flat on your mat. I like to bring a pillow or a bolster underneath my knees and a blanket under my head. You may also want to cover up with a blanket here, whatever makes you feel safe and comfortable. And I invite you to reconnect with your intention that you set at the start of practice. And then just breathe. So we'll take 3 deep breaths here in Savasana. Breathing in through the nose and exhale, open mouth side out. 2 more times. Breathing in and out. In and sigh it all the way out. Allow your breathing to return to normal as you settle into your Savasana. And we'll relax in Savasana for a few minutes, and I'll call you back to close out the session, or you're welcome to pause the video here and head straight to bed. Otherwise, we'll stay here for about 3 minutes, and then I'll call you back. Begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe flutter your eyes open. Rolling over to the right side, use your left hand to press yourself up to a seat. We breathe in to sweep our hands up and out, palms to touch, and breathe out, hands at heart center. We want to take a moment to send some gratitude out into the space, into this holiday season, out into the universe. Maybe taking some time here to acknowledge our Creator, whatever that means to you. For me, that's God. Just thanking God for this day, for this life, for this practice. And we'll inhale, sweeping our arms out to either side. Exhale, wrapping ourselves in a hug, sending appreciation to your body for carrying you through this day, this practice, and this life. Finally, we sweep our hands up and out. Palms come together at heart center. I want to thank you for practicing with me today in this gentle, restorative yoga for bedtime holiday session. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Have a wonderful holiday season. Namaste.